The following video is making criticism and commentary of content under fair use of U.S. copyright law of 1976. Now available in paperback and Kindle, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Learn how to avoid predatory females like Instagram models and e-girls in their virtual con games with Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Get your copy of Stop Simping in Cyberspace in paperback and Kindle today. One of my viewers sent me a link to a video of a cyber simp who kicked a girl out of his hotel room for not letting him have sex with her. Now, this cyber simp was chatting with this woman online for an extended period of time, and he decided to fly this woman to his city, and he decided to rent a hotel room, and he was upset about the fact that he had spent $5,000 to be able to have sex with this woman, and he got absolutely nothing at all out of the experience except an ashy dick and some extra dry balls. And because he wound up with the ashy dick and extra dry balls, this guy was extremely upset, and he was upset to the point where he was getting emotional on camera as he was arguing and kicking this woman out of his hotel. Now, this whole video scenario that I'm going to show you is a textbook example of cyber simps and the situations that they run into.
Mama Shorty got me all the way up. So let me explain to y'all. Let me explain to y'all the story. I flew this way from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Been talking to her on Instagram for months. You feel me? I done spent damn near 5 G's on this. She talking about she don't want nobody touch her. Man, you got me up. You mean, well, you can leave. First of all, hold up. Man, first she talking about she don't even fly Spirit, right? Talking about she don't fly Spirit. No. Okay, so I get her motherfucking, so I get her Delta. That's damn near $600-700 last minute, right?
Okay.
So plus her bags, check-in, all that shit. We go get her the Uber, all that shit. Then I'm damn near at 2 G's already. So we get here. First night, I'm being a whole gentleman. I've been a whole gentleman. Have you not? Have I not been a gentleman to you though? Have I not did anything?
Yes.
But you should have knew what it was if I flew you out here though.
I don't want.
Why come out here then?
What do you mean?
So y'all, this is the Instagram model. You know what? I ain't gonna even be no petty ass. Put your name on there like that.
Because you're recording me.
Okay, so why the would you come halfway across the country knowing you didn't want to on that?
You though.
I ain't say you did. You know what it was though. You know what it was.
You want to spend money.
I spent 5 G's on you. What you talking about?
That's what you
5 G's. What you talking about? So look, she did. Oh, let me talk. Shut up. Then we about to go eat, right? So Shorty talking about she hungry. So Shorty, call him. Pack all this shit. I'll help you leave. Pack all this bunk up. Pack all this shit. Pack all that shit up. It's not even about it's really about the money, because it ain't about nothing. You feel me? It ain't about nothing. So listen, we get off the fight. Let me tell the story. We get off the fight. Okay. So I'm like, we went back to the room. She like, I'm hungry. I'm like, all right, well, let's go to a little restaurant or something. I'm trying to get her something to eat. She like, oh, no, I only eat the best. I want some crab legs. That's another. So we go to the restaurant. I spent damn near ordering steak, motherfucking crab legs. I'm buying all that shit, though, being a pure gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Being a real. So I spent damn near 5 G's on this already. You can leave.
Yes,
you can go. Yes, I'll help you. Pack this shit up. You can get the all out. Get all your shit. Pack all it. It's already packed. Yes. Tell him how much money I spent though. Tell him how much money I spent. I can get some. It ain't enough for me to call. I got another coming through. So you can leave. You can get the out. Get your shit. Get your shit. Been here 2 days. 2 days talking about, oh, I don't want nobody touching me. Ain't on her period. None of that. Put your shoes on. I ain't on her period, nothing. What you do? You gonna whip me? She gonna beat me up? Please, come on now. Get your goofy ass out of here. You got me all the way up.
All right.
Like, you better chill. Like, you know, I don't really get on your ass for that.
So hurt.
Can you get the out? Can you get the out? Can Can you get the? I can get my way any day, baby. That money nothing, baby. I hope that 5Gs was worth it.
Okay.
Wait, man. You look, y'all put your Instagram on here, y'all. If we keep talking, I'm gonna tell everybody what your Instagram is. Yes, please leave. Get the out.
What you
Bye.
recording me for?
Bye.
Why are
Bye.
you recording me?
Bye.
Why are you recording me?
Bye.
What's the point
Get
of
back
that?
home.
You look stupid.
Catch your ass
You
on Uber.
look dumb.
Where you going?
want that
You don't even know where the you
Don't
at.
worry about where I'm going.
Bye.
Don't worry about where
Okay.
I'm going.
Bye.
Don't
Get
worry
your bum
about
ass
where
out of
I'm
here.
The major mistake many of these cyber simps make is actually believing everything that these women online are saying. Now, many of these women go on these platforms like IG and OnlyFans and even Facebook, and they post up pictures of themselves primarily to, one, get attention through likes, and two, to get thirsty comments from guys in the DMs, and they listen to the comments in those guys in the DMs to see what type of simps are out there and to see what type of deals they can get from these simps. And many of these simps, they are actually thinking that these women are posting up their real feelings online. However, what they don't understand is that many of the females online are actually living a double life. And many of these females online, they are just creating personas to live a virtual life outside of their real life. And because they're looking to live a virtual life outside of their real life, they basically are out here looking for attention from dudes to see who is going to be a guy they can go out here and take advantage of. Now, the cyber simp actually thinks that this woman has invested feelings in him. However, this woman is no way interested in him at all. Many of these females, they already have boyfriends in their real lives, and that boyfriend is already blowing the back out as related to their life in their relationships, and she's been dropping the skid mark thong for that guy in her local area for some time. But because your cyber simp isn't a critical thinker, he actually thinks that this woman actually is interested in him, and as he's writing back and forth to this woman, what he's doing is he's creating a covert contract between himself and that woman, believing that if he's out here writing all of these love letters in the DMs, there's a possibility that he can, if he ever meets her in real life, she will go out here and drop the skid mark thong and allow him to place his carbon rod inside of her atomic waste reactor and get a taste of the atomic waste. However, many of the women who do go online, they have no real interest in giving any of those guys who are in her DMs any sort of atomic waste, or even if they meet them, even sort of getting them any sort of look at their body. And the reason why that is because all of those guys who do go into the DMs basically are coming from a position of weakness, and I go in depth on that position of weakness in 2 of my books, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, and Stop Simping in Cyberspace. And the cyber simp comes from the weakest position because he is trying to approach this woman online, and because he's trying to approach that woman online, she's got all the leverage as related to any social interaction that she has with that dude. And because she has leverage, because he's coming from that position of weakness and definitely coming from a position of thirst, what happens is that this guy basically is somebody that she can easily manipulate to get whatever she wants. This is why females will go out here and get cash apps from guys and ghost them after getting the cash, or they'll get a PayPal and then they'll go and block this guy and keep it moving. Now, in this case, this cyber simp was an extra brand of stupid, and he was an extra brand of stupid because he, after having an interaction with this woman on IG, decided hey, I'm going to go fly this woman all the way from Indiana to his home city. And then what he's going to do is go out here and rent a suite in a hotel room. And then he's going to think he's going to get the opportunity to go out here and have sex with this woman. This is the world that this cyber simp fabricated in his mind, and the covert contract that he created with this woman, thinking that having these exchanges on Instagram meant that their relationship was getting closer, but the relationship was going absolutely nowhere, because when it comes down to being online, you're not interacting with a real person in real time. No, you're in a virtual world, and you're interacting with a virtual persona that this woman is presenting to you. So you're not getting the same type of social interaction that you would get if you were to go in a face-to-face meeting, because in a face-to-face meeting, you would be able to study her facial expressions, her body language, and see some aspects of her character, and that would let you know if this woman was actually interested in you. Because the big problem with the cyber simp is that he thinks that this woman is interested in him, not understanding that if this woman has an IG and is posting pictures on IG, there are hundreds of guys out here sending her DMs, and hundreds of guys actually trying to get her attention. And if she's trying to go out here and has all of these options, she basically sees you as a mark. Because many of the female predators online, they see a guy who's online as a mark, and what they're looking for is the best deal for them. And in this case, this female who got this guy to spend $5,000 to fly her out, what she got was a deal, because Mr. Cyber Simp, he went out here, spent all this money on a plane ticket, and he probably flew her out first class, and she was sitting up here eating steak and filet mignon on the plane at his expense, sitting up in the hotel room having a luxury room service at his expense. And he thought, oh, I'm investing all of this money in this woman, and he thought it was going to pay off big time. But the whole thing is, it didn't pay off at all. All he got at the end of the trip was an ashy dick and extra dry balls, and that's what he got in exchange for his $5,000. And this woman got to go see the sights of the city. She got to go sit up in a very nice hotel suite. She got to go out here and drink champagne and eat all sorts of nice food at room service, all at the cyber simp's expense. And he, at the end of the day, wound up being humiliated when he found out he wasn't going to get her to drop that skid mark thong and allow him a taste of the coochie. No, all he got was a big kick in the nuts for going out here with this woman, and it's all his fault, because the cyber simp is the one who goes out here and spends all of this money, and he's the one who thinks that if he spends the money, this will impress the female. But the female is not impressed, because she's got hundreds and even thousands of men in her DMs practically every day, and even an average looking woman can go out here and get hundreds of guys in her DMs if she goes out here and dresses in skimpy lingerie or skimpy clothes. She'll have all these men in her DMs, and these men will be making her offers, and it's just that she's picking your offer because you're the most naive guy to put the most money on the table. And that's what the cyber simp doesn't understand. And what happens with the cyber simp is that he's basically engaging in prostitution. Unfortunately, this trick is exchanging his money for the possibility of sex, and because it's a covert contract, the female doesn't know that this is the deal that he's looking to make. And when the deal doesn't go the way that he wants, what happens is the cyber simp wants to get angry and he wants to go out here and kick the woman out. But the whole thing is that the woman has already eaten up all that lobster and steak at his expense. They have slept in a nice hotel room at his expense. They've been flown out at his expense. So they have basically gotten everything that they want. And they've gotten everything that they want because of the cyber simp being caught up in his lust, being caught up in his greed, and thinking, hey, if I go out here and talk to women online, these women are actually interested in me. No, none of those women online are interested in you. No, they just don't care. They see cyber simps as an easy way to get themselves easy money. And they see the cyber simp as an easy target because if he's online and trying to talk to women, then it shows that he has extremely inept social skills, inept interpersonal skills, and he can't really read women. So the cyber simp, he's not a very smart man, and most women can pick up on that because any man out here, he's not going to be looking to go out here and talk to women online. No, a guy who has his stuff together, he's looking to talk to women locally. And any critical thinking man is going to ask a question, why is this woman talking to me online when she has options in her own home city? That's a critical question. Most men who do know about what's going on with the internet do. They ask, why is this female online trying to talk to dudes? I mean, if she's on here, there's either a problem where she has practically been turned out by all of the dudes in her local area, or she's got some serious issues as related to being able to socialize. Because in most cases, women out in their own areas can go out here and get the attention of guys, and usually those who are on places like IG, they have a couple of guys on rotation, and she's possibly getting her back blown out by those guys on the rotation, and she possibly is looking for a couple of side dudes to get some easy cash from. And this is what the cyber simp doesn't understand, because the cyber simp is a guy with extremely poor social skills, poor interpersonal skills, and this is why he's on IG checking out females in the DMs. Men who have their stuff together are not in the DMs looking at women on IG. No, guys who have their stuff together, they're too busy out here putting in work on their goals. They're too busy putting in work on what they want to accomplish. And when they're out here putting in that work, women who are local will see them putting in that work, and they're going to let themselves be known to those men locally. So most of the cyber simps, they don't really understand how relationships work. A lot of these guys grew up not understanding things because they grew up in a gynocentric view of social marketplace, and because they grew up with this gynocentric view, they're thinking, oh, I have to go out here and show this woman a good time. But if a woman is really interested in a guy, she will go to meet him. He doesn't have to spend any money, and she will go out here and fly out to go meet him. And when she's going to meet him, it's going to be a completely different interaction, because she's going to want to get to know him, and she's going to want to meet him in a public place like a restaurant, and they aren't going to really go into any sort of hotel room because the woman wants a relationship. She doesn't want sex. No, only these ratchet females who want to go out here and either run a game on a dude, they're going to go meet him at a hotel because there's some they either want to use the guy for whatever they want, or they want to trade their atomic waste for some bits or some little trinkets. That's what they're going to do. And again, they're looking to use the man, and they're not looking for a relationship at all. So That's what the predators do. They go and meet with these kind of guys, and they want to meet with these kind of guys because they know that they're naive and stupid, and they think that they can get over on them. And that's what that's what this female was doing. She got over on this cyber simp, and the cyber simp, again, he invested his feelings in somebody online, not understanding that the relationship he was having was basically imaginary because it was something that she created in a virtual world. And as he got caught up in that virtual world, he basically got played and lost $5,000. Now, this is going to be a hard lesson for this cyber simp because he's going to learn the hard way that money doesn't buy love. And when you get caught up in your lust, all you do is get played by female predators like this. And this is why you have to have some discipline when you're out here. And moreover, when you're on places like IG and all these other social media sites, you have to take women with a grain of salt. You have to understand everything you're seeing about this female isn't real, and everything that you're seeing is what she's imagining herself to be, not the real person that she is. So a lot of guys, they go out here, they think, oh, this woman is real. She's putting her feelings on this IG DM, but no, she's not putting her feelings at all. No, she's got a whole group of marks out here, and you were the most naive one that she thought she could get over on. So when I look at this whole situation with this whole cyber simp here, it's a textbook example of what I talk about in my book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, because a lot of guys go online thinking that everything that these IG models or IG women are saying is the truth, but everything that this woman is presenting about herself is a lie. Now, if you want to learn how to avoid female predators like these women on IG and these e-girls, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, and you can learn how to avoid these online predators. And if you want to learn how to break out of the simp paradigm, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, and you can find both of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to see me make more men's issues videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback. Those who refuse the gift of eternal life are condemned to wander in the darkness of eternal night. Get your copy of